Harness what lies within your control and embrace the unfolding of the rest. In today's video, we'll unveil the artful way narcissists turn sex and intimacy into a weaponized trap. By peeling back the layers of their manipulation, we acquire the tools to shield our hearts and make informed decisions. This knowledge is transformative, a force empowering us to defend our dignity and rewrite our destiny. I encourage you to stay tuned until the end, where we flip the script and reclaim what they took from us. Have you ever found yourself captivated by a whirlwind romance, only to realize it was a deceptive illusion, where the charming prince or princess concealed a malevolent monster? Narcissists specialize in projecting an idealized image initially, employing flattery, passion, and idealization for their exploitative schemes. They strategically exploit vulnerability, creating a facade of intimacy that catches us off guard. They fast-track both physical and emotional closeness, all while our defenses remain unaware of the manipulation. Once they secure commitments like cohabitation or marriage, the act is dropped, and all affection is withdrawn. We're left entangled in trauma bonds, victimized by misused intimacy, and abruptly discarded. Perhaps you've encountered the narcissist, transforming intimacy into a dangling carrot, using it transactionally for control. They might label you as sex-crazed or frigid, inducing shame when you resist their manipulative tactics. Or perhaps they've parodied outside attention, igniting jealousy and pitting you against previous partners and exes through triangulation. These distressingly familiar patterns all contribute to devaluing our humanity, expediting intimacy to forge bonds and establish dominance. The scars from coercive or deceitful sexual dynamics linger, casting shadows on our subsequent relationships long after breaking free from the narcissist. However, as we unveil the mechanisms behind why and how narcissists turn intimacy into a weapon, we embark on a journey to reclaim our inherent worth, voice, and agency. The initial step involves recognizing that their disorder is a reflection of their needs alone and holds no bearing on our true selves. Our light remains untarnished, irrespective of their dysfunction. We all yearn for partners who cherish intimacy as sacred, nurturing the vulnerability it entails rather than exploiting our nakedness. By prioritizing values of mutual care, consent, and respect in physical bonding, the narcissist's distorted reflections on our desirability lose their grip. We recognize them as the issue, not ourselves, and commit anew to fostering healthy connections. Let's navigate through the sadly prevalent sexual manipulations that expose the true colors of the narcissist, gaining wisdom, establishing boundaries, and ultimately rewriting damaging scripts for the future. Idealization as a tool for manipulation. Narcissists employ early passion and idealization as a tactic to entrap their targets, showering them with praise and validation. However, this seemingly affectionate facade conceals a carefully laid trap, setting the stage for future abuse. In a healthy relationship, emotional intimacy and trust develop gradually over time. Both partners authentically engage, allowing their connection to unfold naturally without ulterior motives. Following Epictetus's wisdom, do not trust quickly nor reject quickly that which seems reasonable. Exercising prudent discernment prevents hasty entry into relationships before understanding someone's true character. A supportive partner prioritizes the genuine formation of a bond, demonstrating consistent care and respect over an extended period, rather than relying on excessive flattery within mere weeks. Trust is earned through actions, not imposed demands, and reciprocated with the same grace. Accelerating intimacy for bonding. Narcissists swiftly elevate intimacy through early and frequent engagement, forging emotional bonds before their target's defenses have a chance to surface. A man shared. She insisted on constant intimacy initially, leaving me bewildered with her urgency. It dawned on me later that she was entwining me through misused closeness long before her true nature became apparent. In a healthy relationship, couples openly discuss expectations regarding emotional and physical intimacy. Neither party rushes to escalate the relationship beyond their comfort zone. The pacing is guided by mutual consent and care, reflecting the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius. Never let the future disturb you. You will meet it, if you have to, with the same weapons of reason which today arm you against the present. While we may not control a partner's inclination for rapid intimacy, we can manage our responses, judiciously navigating connections. A considerate partner would build intimacy patiently without pressure, reassuring that bonds strengthen with time, not coercion. Trust is cultivated through demonstrated love, not manipulative urgency. Withholding after securing commitment. Upon securing commitment, narcissists frequently withhold both sexual and affectionate expressions, manipulating them as tools for control. A woman shared, "He lost interest in intimacy after we got married, leaving me perplexed and desperately seeking to regain his affection. I felt trapped due to trauma bonding and couldn't bring myself to leave." In a healthy relationship, physical intimacy thrives in tandem with the emotional bond. Affection is cultivated, not extracted through manipulative withdrawal. In the words of Seneca, "We suffer more from imagination than from reality." When intimacy diminishes, we often assume the worst instead of engaging in open communication. However, the reality is often more benign. A considerate partner would recognize the natural ebb and flow of desire, reassuring their partner and approaching solutions with compassion, not punishment. Intimacy is a shared garden to nurture, not a weapon to wield. Turning sex into a commodity. Narcissists perceive sex as a transactional commodity, wielding it like a tool to manipulate, entice, and withdraw at their whim. A man revealed, "She treated sex like a reward, keeping me in constant pursuit. The manipulation made me feel inadequate until I realized it was just a twisted game." In a wholesome relationship, intimacy is about mutual satisfaction and the deepening of connection, not a transactional exchange. As Epicurus wisely stated, "The root of all pleasures is not to desire more, but to be content with what we have." Self-sufficiency is the ultimate wealth. A compassionate partner regards intimacy as a source of gratitude to be generously shared, not something to hoard as a bargaining chip. Their focus is on expressing love rather than seeking power, recognizing that fulfillment arises from emotional harmony, not from leveraging access. Projecting their issues onto you. When avoiding intimacy, narcissists contort the situation, projecting the issue onto you to sidestep responsibility. A woman shared, "When I addressed his sexual withdrawal, he accused me of being a pervert with unrealistic expectations. I wrongly assumed it must be my fault. In reality, libidos ebb and flow. A considerate partner would listen without defensiveness, reassure their loved one, and find compromises to reconnect. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth." We cannot accept a narcissist's projections. A caring partner acknowledges concerns non-defensively and takes responsibility for their part in any issue. They discuss challenges compassionately, not contemptuously. The goal is deeper understanding, not evading blame by distorting the truth. Triangulating partners against each other. Narcissists triangulate partners, instigating jealousies through insinuations about their past relationships with others. A man revealed, "She constantly brought up other men, desiring her to create rivalry between me and her ex. I later realized it was just manipulation." Compassionate couples reinforce trust rather than jeopardizing it. They focus on intimacy with each other, refraining from flaunting outside attention. Marcus Aurelius wisely stated, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." The narcissist's game dissolves when we refuse to play. A nurturing partner feels secure in what they share, not reliant on provoking jealousy. Attention stays inward, appreciating the exclusivity of the relationship. Displaying attempts at triangulation only diminishes the narcissist's power. Exploiting social conditioning. Narcissists manipulate traditional expectations surrounding gender roles and relationship dynamics to force submission. A woman shared, "He insisted sex was my duty, something only bad wives deny their husbands. I blamed myself rather than recognizing his coercion." However, wise couples transcend conventional relationships beyond rigid societal scripts. They discuss mutual desires to establish their unique balance of power. "Throw away your books, stop letting yourself be distracted," Seneca wisely said. We need not conform to conventions that dim our light. An enlightened partner rejects roles of dominance and submission. They engage as equals, fully embracing their agency. Possibilities expand beyond the confines of limiting traditional paradigms. Treating your body like an object. Devoid of empathy, narcissists objectify their partner's body as a tool for their own selfish gratification and control. A man described, "She acted entitled to touch me whenever she wanted, violating my boundaries just to assert her power. She didn't care how it impacted me." However, compassionate intimacy flourishes through mutual care, consent, and respect. Our bodies are sacred vessels, not mere tools. As Seneca wisely stated, treat your body as if you were going to live forever and your soul as if you were going to die tomorrow. Our fleeting lives are too precious to let narcissists devalue our worth. An empathetic partner cherishes your being, never claiming ownership of your form. They prioritize your comfort over their own gratification, fostering shared devotion that protects against callous objectification. Sabotaging confidence in your appearance. Narcissists often undermine a partner's self-image, creating feelings of undesirability to assert dominance in the relationship. A woman shared, "His cruel jabs about my post-pregnancy body killed my self-esteem. He made me believe no one else would want me, a trap meant to keep me trapped." However, compassionate partners uplift each other. They recognize that self-esteem must originate from within, unaffected by harsh external judgments. As Epicurus wisely said, "Man is not worried by real problems so much as by his imagined anxieties about real problems." When we embrace our worth, narcissistic projections lose their power. A caring partner provides affirmation and perspective to instill confidence. They help you see your inner and outer beauty through eyes of love, depriving the narcissist's criticism of oxygen. The core issue is their pathology. No one deserves such mistreatment. The shame is theirs alone, and your worth remains unchanged by their dysfunction. A man revealed, "I thought her rejection of intimacy reflected my inadequacy. Finally, I realized the ugliness was in her disorder, not me. My integrity stayed intact." As Seneca wisely stated, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." The narcissist's distortions say nothing about your value. Their disorder is the lens warping their perceptions. When we define ourselves, the narcissist's broken mirror cannot reflect back a false image of unworthiness. Our light comes from within, far beyond the reach of their shadows. Empowering ourselves against narcissistic manipulation in relationships. In essence, staying vigilant against narcissistic sexual manipulations shields us from self-blame and reinforces our resolve to reclaim our inherent value. We deserve partners who view intimacy as a sacred gift rather than a tool for manipulation. What resonated with you? Share your thoughts below. I trust that illuminating these painful patterns brings validation and clarity for your personal journey ahead. Always remember, the issue was never a deficiency of desirability, love, or worth on your part. It consistently revolved around their disorder and shortcomings. If these dynamics still linger in affecting your self-perception or capacity for intimate connections post-separation from the narcissist, understand that you're not alone. Consider seeking support to navigate the betrayal trauma they inflicted. Healing is an ongoing possibility with time, care, and the courage to embrace love once more. Should old feelings of confusion, yearning, or inadequacy related to intimacy and sexuality resurface due to this trauma, return to this video. Subscribe to the channel to receive the latest content uncovering narcissistic emotional and sexual manipulation, enabling you to stay empowered. Continuous support and tools are essential to break free from narcissistic conditioning that falsely asserts abuse as evidence that no one else could desire us. The journey of transformation begins by dismantling these lies. Together, let's aid one another in recognizing that our genuine worth was never defined by their dysfunction or deficiencies. Light and love await us when we release ourselves from living according to their distorted mirrors. Join a community where compassion and consent prevail, a space where solidarity and understanding are freely given. I invite you to be part of this empowering journey.